From the Motherwell section, Tuesday's defeat at Dingwall leaves Motherwell winless for the 12th game. Things at Motherwell are starting to look a little too familiar now. After a solid start, manager Stuart Kettlewell is now feeling intense excitement after Tuesday's defeat at Ross County extended his winless run to 12 games. This is a movie we have seen before in Fir Park. We watched the sequel last season, and now we may be watching the third part. Graham Alexander was jumping through a pink garden before he was booted out of Europe by Sligo Rovers in July 2022. He set out the next day by mutual consent. This came after he joined the club mid-season in January 2021, guiding them to top-flight survival and then finishing 5th in his only full season. But a torrid run in 2022 ended in humiliation against Sligo at Europe's first hurdle. Stephen Hammell picked up the pieces. His success was on a smaller scale, winning 4 of his first 6 matches, but only 3 wins in his next 22 matches. The former left-back's Sligo moment saw them eliminated from the Scottish Cup by second-tier Raith Rovers. The baton was passed to Kettlewell after back-to-back wins during his temporary spell resulted in him signing an 18-month contract. Then came 10 wins in 16. But that impressive run of form has fallen off a cliff in the last 3 months. The problem remains with me, Motherwell's manager said after the midweek defeat at Dingwall, a defeat he described as his most painful night in football. So at what point will responsibility shift from the bench to the board, which faces an increasingly likely search for a 4th manager within 16 months? Here BBC Scotland looks at why the Fir Park culture change is more important than another. Management change. No CEO. 30 transfers and team mentality questionable at a fan-owned club. Level of trust between board and fans must be paramount. But trust in Fir Park hierarchy is being eroded. It's been more than 11 months since Alan Burrows announced he was stepping down as CEO. In the statement made by the club, it was stated that Burrows will continue in his role until a replacement is ready to be appointed. He joined Aberdeen a month later. Pittodrie club chairman Dave Cormack thanked his Motherwell counterpart Jim McMahon for making the process a smooth transition. McMahon has yet to appoint a permanent CEO to replace Burrows. Next month will be 1 year since his resignation. 7 months after Burrows made decision, McMahon issued an update to fans on club's search for a new CEO, confirming that Derek Weir had been in role on an interim basis for past 4 months. McMahon added that Weir, the former Motherwell vice-chairman, will continue to take on the CEO role until a permanent appointment is made. Almost a year on from his move to Aberdeen, Motherwell are yet to replace CEO Alan Burrows. It's unclear whether or how much unrest in the boardroom has affected first team, but patterns are emerging. But what CL